Polar Bear Comics, and I just wanted to thank you guys for this adventure of doing Dark Prisons. And since Dark Prisons is over, I thought, you know what? Let's have a whole compilation video of all the reviews, and that way you have your one-stop shop right here. So there you go, whole complete review of all of Dark Prisons right here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And until next time, keep collecting comics that you like.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Polar Bear.
This is your monthly dose of Batman, and you're welcome for that great intro. Definitely original. But so we are getting into this month's Batman number 145, the first part of Dark Prisons. And I'm going to just spoil it right now. I like this comic book. I think it is a great comic book. And if you are reading Chip Zdarsky's run, you are going to like this comic book. If you don't like Failsafe, then, well, you might not like it as much, but Failsafe looks awesome. So just read it. Just read it. But, actually watch this review first, then read it. All right? Okay, so let's get into this intro and let's get into the review.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Polar Bear.
This month's comic is written by Chip Zdarsky and drawn by Jorge Emez, and the ink is done by Tomu Mori. And every monthly review, I'm not going to say that like Chip Zdarsky has done Daredevil and Jorge Emez is known for like Super Sons and stuff like that, because that'll get way too repetitive every month. So I'm just going to tell you the artist and the inker and the drawer. I guess drawer would be, whatever. But anywho, let's get into this review. So basically the rundown is that after Joker Year 1, we pick right up off after that. I mean, you don't even need to read Joker Year 1 to understand what's going on, to be honest with you, but basically we start off with Batman saying that you're lying to the Joker, and Batman and Joker are still trapped in the cell from issue 142, I believe it is, and they're trying to get out of the cell so that way Batman can go save his city from Zur-En-Arrh, while Batman Zur-En-Arrh is out and about going and attacking basically weapons deals. And he, during this time, runs into Jason Todd, Red Hood, as many of you know. And then basically he tries to convince Red Hood that he is Batman. Well, Bruce. He's Bruce, but we all know that it's Zur-En-Arrh Batman, in Failsafe's body. But he basically just tells Jason, and Jason's like, nah, I'm not feeling this, and he leaves. But during this time, Batman breaks out of Blackgate, which is, he knows that it's at Blackgate from basically looking at the cells, and he's like, I know this place from top to bottom. So he breaks out, and he covers his face with wraps, and basically he's going around, and he runs into Vandal Savage, who was forced out of his house, which was Wayne Manor at this point. I'm not going to get into that because I didn't even read the backups. I don't read backups for Batman, to be honest with you. If you think I should for these reviews, I will. But as of right now, I'm not reading the backups. But Vandal Savage was taken out of his house so that way Failsafe could use all of the computers in the Batcave. And during this time, Batman is actually attacked by the little Failsafe robots that he uses as guards. And Batman is basically just knocked out because, it's robots against a Batman with literally nothing. Then Failsafe is going to broadcast a whole message all across Gotham, basically saying that, hey, I am Batman, this is my city, I'm taking back control of my city, there's been too much evil, basically referring to, like, the Joker War and to Fear State, saying, there's too many big events going on in Batman, we need to scale back a little bit. Well, that's what Chip Zdarsky's saying. But we have him basically do a pre-recorded message, and then while this message is going out, he goes and he takes down the Riddler. He then, during this time, encounters Damian and then proceeds to convince Damian that he actually is Bruce Wayne. And, we still know that it is Zur-En-Arrh. And then we basically finish the issue with Batman waking up tied to a chair, and his mentor, Daniel Capitol, whatever, who is now the warden of Blackgate because Zur-En-Arrh can apparently just do that for some reason. And he's going to explain how he knows about Zur-En-Arrh and how Zur-En-Arrh can possibly maybe be defeated. I think that's what he was inferring, but I could be wrong. To continue the storyline, take from when we ended Batman 145, and if you want to watch that video will be in the card, or it'll be a card in the top right. You guys can check that out and then come back to this video, and then, we'll We'll take it out. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. We'll give you a minute to watch that and then come back to this. But we start with Capito. I really still don't know how to say his name, but we're gonna roll with it. I would start with Capito talking about how Joker had tried to get Zur out of Batman for many, many years, such as doing things like killing Jason Todd, crippling Barbara, the whole death of the family, and death in the family, and then the Killing Joke. So all of those storylines were basically Joker trying to get Zur out of Batman. And as you know, it is referenced in this book. Didn't write it in the script, but I'm going to bring it up. It is referenced in this book that Batman and Zur did meet in Grant Morrison's run. So that makes Grant Morrison's run canon. It makes Death of the Family canon. It makes Batman's 0 Year canon. All of this is still canon. All of Batman that has happened in the past 20 years is still canon. So if anybody was confused about how Rebirth reset a lot of storylines and all that, well, now you know. What was also revealed is that Joker had been told about Failsafe when he abducted Alfred during the Death of the Family story arc. So the Joker had actually planned to go into the Batcave. Well, he didn't plan it, but when he went into the Batcave, he found Failsafe to, basically prove to himself that Failsafe is actually a real thing. I think that was also during Endgame. That was during Endgame. Yeah. It's all linked. It's all linked. And then, he planned on trying to get Failsafe to attack Batman, which obviously started the arc of the first storyline of Zdarsky's run. He had also helped plan the death in quotations of Penguin, so that would, start the events of Batman 125 leading to 130 and all that stuff. But after Batman broke the Joker's back in Batman, I don't remember, I didn't review it because I'm not smart, but back when he broke Joker's back, Joker said a code phrase that he thought would make Zur do anything he said, but in reality it was a word to go find and make sure that Capito was basically safe. Then when Zur took over Blackgate, he knew that he needed a warden and a therapist of Blackgate, and that's where Capito comes into play. We then go to Zur and Robin cleaning up the streets of the rest of Gotham, and Spoiler comes and says, that's not Batman, and Robin, who is with Zur, is like, whatever, you're just in the way. Also during this time, Nightwing and Barbara are talking to members of the JLA, the former JLA, discussing if it is really Batman, and they're kind of like, well, Batman is doing Batman things, so it's probably fine. Except Superman, who's kind of skeptical. So Batman finds out that he can access Zur's memories in his mind, and he figures out how to escape the prison, and then during him trying to break out, Punchline releases all the prisoners, all the I guess it would be kind of just low lifes, because all the supervillains are locked in a separate area. So it kind of brings up the question of, why is Punchline down there? Isn't she technically a supervillain, kind of? Who knows? And then with her releasing all of the prisoners, it obviously starts a riot, which is then quickly handled by the mini failsafes who are the guards of Blackgate. Zur during this time also takes out a Harley Quinn, and this is where Damian starts to really question if this is actually his father or not, and discovers that Zur is actually making an army of Amazo robots to help him fight. Amazo 3.0s, actually. But then Batman escapes Blackgate, and while Batman escapes Blackgate, Superman actually confronts Zur and basically asks him, what's going on over here, Batman? And it is dropped, actually, that Batman and Superman World's Finest was referenced here, which dun 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 makes Batman Superman World's Finest officially canon. Because I hope I put a cool effect there. I probably didn't, but there's your effect. And then Batman escapes Gotham City, probably to regroup and reassess about what he's going to do about Failsafe, and that is basically the end of Batman 146 Dark Prisons Part 2. Batman 147 starts with Zur and Robin talking about how Zur has accessed every electronic device in Gotham and is now listening in on everything with Robin and saying that we can fight crime from anywhere because we are big and tough. Zur then hears that there's going to be danger somewhere and he leaves without Robin. And during this, Vandal Savage is giving a press conference thanking the people of Gotham for his new promotion of police commissioner. Look, I remember reading this in Batman 146, and I was like, that's funny. That won't be important until later on, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. So he's just gonna probably run for commissioner in a later arc, but no, this guy is just he's the full-fledged commissioner now because reasons, I guess. So some of this comic book doesn't make any sense, and there are some plot holes, mainly because it's a loose, very loose tie-in to Absolute Power. It's not an official tie-in, it's just setting up for Zur working with Waller during Absolute Power. Speaking of Waller, whoa, that segue goes way too hard. Anyways, Waller is monitoring Zur, Zur Batman, and is like, we need to make sure that's actually Bruce Wayne. And boom! We then segue into Bruce Wayne. These segues are going hard. But Bruce goes to a JLA abandoned headquarters, and he has a flashback with Flash. Oh my god, just another great segue. Flash and flashback. Oh my god! Anyways, and then Flash and him are talking about upgrading his smoke bombs, and Flash is like, I did that last week, but let me help. Because they will always help Batman, because they are always helping each other. They being the Justice League. Then Bruce is like, man, this sucks, because he can't call them in fear of the GLA being killed by Zur, because, well, remember what happened in Failsafe. And if you don't remember what happened in Failsafe, Failsafe basically said, that's the Justice League, more like ants, because Failsafe basically just destroyed all of them. I'll cover Failsafe arc one day, and then I'll link it with this video for future reviews. But anyways, Waller then sends a team to a raid on Wayne Manor, but that was thwarted by Damian, and Zur then attacks Waller and is like, it's me, leave me alone, you annoying woman who is in every comic book as of recently. We then cut to Bruce, and Bruce then takes supplies from the JLA mountain base to a cabin that his parents owned and is taking refuge there while he starts to get ready to go after Failsafe. Well, Zur, not Failsafe. Whatever, same, you know what, same thing. He also has a flashback of Tim training, and then he's like, the family can handle themselves while I prepare to take on Failsafe. I said Failsafe again, I meant Zur. But then we go to Zur. Zur then shows Damian all his new other Amazo robots from last issue, and Damian is like, you remember who Amazo actually is, right? You can't control those things. Zur's like, don't worry about it. There's other Batman consciousness in there. Damian is like, Batman wouldn't steal other Batman consciousness. Oh my god, you're Zur! And then he tries to fight Zur, and then Zur basically lays him out, and then he reveals he cloned Damian. Because Damian, I guess. But also, he's not a robot. Because, I don't know. I feel like if Zur would have made a robot, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why wouldn't Zur make his Robin a robot? Like, oh, I don't know, him? Because, you know, he's a robot. But whatever, the plot hole widens. But we jump to Bruce working on stuff and is scared by a stick breaking outside of the cabin. But no worries, it's Tim. Tim and him then discuss how Zur clouded his mind and everything is clear to him now and he no longer needs to be alone. And they, as a family, can fight Zur together. He just needed to get ready alone to keep them safe. And now it's time to put down Zur with this new Batman suit. Now, the new suit, I mean, I dig it. I don't hate it. It is cool. If they kept the suit but modified it just slightly, just a little bit, I'd be all in.
So again, just getting right into the review, we start the book with Bruce training with Captio. Captio tells him how making personalities like Zur, I'm going to use Zur as an example, but making personalities will help him create a storm. And then that's what this chapter of the book is called. It's called Storm, not Dark Prisons Part 4 or finale or anything like that. Nope, it's the Storm. Robin and Robin are chatting while our Robin tries to escape from his binds. Our Robin being Damian Wayne Robin. Zur then shocks Damian and is like, little Robin, they are more than their belts. So Damian is still out for the count in terms of the family. But the family then goes and meets up with Batman and Tim at the secret little cave from the last issue.
Batman then gives the family a pep talk and is like, yes, while this may not be me, this is still my fault and my burden, and I can't do it alone. I need your help to do it as a family. Batman then tells them the plan. And of course, it's ruined by our friendly neighborhood Amanda Waller, who brings in the military to take down Zur. I think, the person who in the Absolute Power sneak peek is they're working with, but whatever, am I right? Batman then now shows up at Blackgate, and Batman and Zur come face to face. Red Hood in his snazzy new outfit attacks Zur, and with Batman as Nightwing is hooking Oracle into Zur's electronics. Tim with his spiffy new outfit then goes to free Robin and gets sucker punched by none other than, Robin. Seriously, Chip, why do you like having so many Robins? Anywho, we return to Red Hood and Batman fighting Zur while they now go stop Captillo's, and now we have the Robins fighting again. Damian finally gets out and knocks out fake Robin, which we find out that the Robin is actually a clone of Bruce Wayne. So what I'm trying to say is that there hasn't been a single case where Bruce Wayne has just naturally made kids, so he has two now, I guess, kinda? I don't know. Well, I guess technically it's a clone, but he's a kid, so he's... But then, whatever. We'll see in the next issue. Red Hood then gets killed. Zur kills Jason, I guess, which is something I did not see coming. But then Failsafe kicks in because Batman killed, so because Zur is Batman, he killed. And then Failsafe kicks in, and now Failsafe is fighting Zur 2 somehow, and then Batman shuts Zur down because he knows how to shut him down now. And that finally brings an end to that in terms of Zur and Zur. Captillo then says some hocus pocus words, and Batman then drops to the ground, weakened, and then Captillo punches Batman, and Batman's just smiling. It cuts to the family in the cave. We find out that there's some Lazarus resin in the cave, and Bruce designed a suit to administer it after he was supposed to die. But Red Hood convinced him that he should die instead, so Batman can shut him down, since Batman's the only one that knows how to shut him down. Then we cut back to the family, who is now behind Captillo, ready to take him down. Bruce and Damian then hug it out, while Nightwing knocks out Captillo. So, beautiful. Well, Blackgate starts to blow up, because I'm pretty sure the military, let's just say it's the military. Batman then tells a defeated Captillo that Batman isn't the Storm that Captillo sought out to make, but the family is the Storm, and the Storm beat him. And that is basically how the comic book ends. It ends with a splash page, technically. Well, it's not a splash page, because splash page is two pages, but it is a whole page of art. And it's beautiful, and it's awesome, and I probably should have used it for the thumbnail, but I like this. By the way, thumbnail choice, thanks Comic Storian for picking a better picture, the picture that I wanted to use, but you know what, it's fine. But in all honesty, I thought it was a pretty good ending, and I can tell you that I enjoyed it a lot, even if everything that's going on with Absolute Power and Zur actually being a part of Absolute Power, it's still a pretty good ending. It is kind of ruined with that because, you know, Zur comes back for revenge or whatever is going to happen. I'm sure what happened is that the military came in, saw Captillo and Zur, and they're like, I want that robot. And Waller takes it and is like, click, who are you? And like, Zur. And, you know. So, yeah, that's probably how they're going to ruin it. But it was a good ending, in my opinion, if all that Absolute Power wasn't happening. It was a 4-issue story arc. It was a nice short one, which means this is going to be a pretty short video. This comic book, honestly, was pretty short. It was a pretty fast read. So, but I enjoyed the whole entire thing. I thought the Failsafe arc was pretty good. I keep calling this Failsafe arc. The Dark Prisons arc was pretty good. It was nice. It was a short one because it's going to have tie-ins to Absolute Power now, or Batman is. Zur and Failsafe kind of did overstay their welcome, and they're still going to continue overstaying their welcome in Absolute Power. But that's fine. I'd give this comic book 8 out of 10 Lego Bats. It was pretty good. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like. Comment what you guys thought of Dark Prisons. Did you enjoy it? If not, let me know why. But if you like Batman or me, hit that red subscribe button and turn it green. And don't forget to keep collecting the comics that you like.